everybody, welcome to Gerald's Theater. I'm back. I know it's been a while since I made a video. Sorry about that. I was on vacation, having some fun with my family, my kids. But here I am, I'm back to make the new video. This is a top 10 list from 1982. We previously did the year 1981. Now we're going to do 82. We're just going to jump right into it, guys. At number 10 is a movie called The Dark Crystal. Now, The Dark Crystal is a kind of a fantasy, kind of puppeteer movie, though. It's really, really well done. Great visual effects, great puppeteer work. It was directed by Frank Oz and Jim Henson. Guys, this movie is a masterpiece, though. It is so well done. And me, it was really ahead of its time, though, for a movie of this age, though. And they just don't make movies like The Dark Crystal anymore, though. It's really good. So if you like fantasy, you like adventure, you like excitement, and the cool creatures and the way the costumes are designed in the movie, it's just so well done. Credit to Jim Henson and Frank Oz for this, though. Masterfully done, masterpiece of work. And that's number 10, The Dark Crystal, guys. Okay. At number 9 is the movie Rocky 3. Now, Rocky 3 is the third film of the prelude to the first two films, of course. And, of course, you know they made 7 Rocky films, though. I know, a lot, right? Got it. But this is the third one, of course. It was directed by Sylvester Stallone. It was also written by him as well, too. And basically, Rocky 3, it basically leaves right off, you know, with Rocky being, you know, the heavyweight champion of the world, you know, and basically he's at a part of his life where he's struggling whether he wants to continue to keep fighting or not fighting or step out and retire. And then he meets this big challenger, Clubber Lang in the movie, of course, which was played by the incredible Mr. T. You probably remember him from the A-Team show as well. Faces a big challenge, though, a big obstacle and stuff like that. Not just the obstacle of fighting this guy, though, but also the obstacle whether or not he still has what it takes to still be the champion still. It's a really, really good film. It's really held the test of time and stuff like that stuff. Everybody loves the Rocky films. I love them. My sister was a humongous fan of these Rocky movies, though, and stuff like that, so everything like that. But yeah, it's got a really great cast. It's got Burt Young in the film. You probably know him from movies like Back to School, of course. And you got Tally Shire, of course. You remember him from movies like Rad, The Godfather, as well. You got Burgess Meredith as well in the movie. You probably remember him from movies like Clash of the Titans, as well, and the movie The Santa Claus. Yeah, it's just a really, really good movie. Of course, it's also got Carl Weathers in the movie, of course. You probably remember him from the movie like Predator. Yeah, it's a really good movie. If you like boxing, you like sports, you like drama. This movie really delivers on a lot of aspects in the film, though. Very solid film. I like it a lot and stuff like that. Of course, my sister was a bigger Rocky fan than I was, but I really like this movie, though. Okay, it's a very good movie. So that's number 9 is Rocky 3. Okay, at number 8 we have the incredible funny comedy Porky's. Now, Porky's, guys, is a great movie. I love this one. Now, of course, they made like a trilogy off this as well too. But I'm really partial to the first one. The first one is just phenomenal. It's hilarious. It's funny. It was directed by Bob Clark. It's got Kim Cattrall in as well too. You probably remember Kim Cattrall from the movies, the show Sex and the City. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, and the movies, of course. Yeah, the movie and show. Got it. All right, but it's really, really funny. It's really hilarious. It's about a bunch of high school kids who basically a bunch of horny teenagers, basically, you know, playing practical jokes on one another and like that, and you know, and they go to this place that's called Porky's, and basically they want to get in there, and they're like underage, and basically, you know, kind of things don't go the way they wanted to, and they kind of get, you know, should I say it? They get kind of, kind of their heads pulled over their heads, basically a little bit and stuff. But it's really, really funny movie. It has a lot of great scenes in the movie as well too. It has a great scene where they're in the principal's office talking about Tommy Turner's you know, tallywhacker, as they call it in the movie. And then you have the great scene with Kim Cattrall as well, where she does a whole barking scene in the men's locker room. It's an absolute hilarious, funny from start to finish. It's a classic. I love it. So if you like comedies, it's like that stuff. You like, well, kind of sexual comedies about high school and stuff like that stuff, and kids maturing, trying to come into their ages, though, it's like that, and play back jokes. But also, it's a movie about friendship too, and about staying together and stuff like that, and everything. But it's a really good movie, though. And so is Porky's at number 8. At number 7, of course, we have the movie Gandhi. Gandhi is a biopic about the iconic man himself, Gandhi. And it was directed by Richard Attenborough. You probably know Richard Attenborough from movies like, of course, the remake of Miracle on 34th Street and Jurassic Park, of course. Yeah, we all know best part. And it has actors like Ben Kingsley who plays Gandhi. This is by far one of his most iconic roles of Ben Kingsley's career. Such a powerful, masterful performance by him, though. The way he portrays Gandhi, his persona, everything. You know, he just fits who Gandhi was. He really captured the man himself, and it was just an incredible performance by him. And of course, you have an incredible Martin Sheen as well in the film. You remember him from like Apocalypse Now, of course, which is a great, great movie. Yeah, this movie also it's just a fantastic film. It's so visually well done. The story is really well told. You know, you really see the struggles and the that the man goes through and the concept he has to understand about, you know, whether or not he should be able to be who he is in a peaceful way or be the way in a violent way and stuff like that. But it's really well done though, and you really capture the time period as well of what it was like and the struggles between the English and Gandhi's people. It's just really, really well done. It's a master-made film. It's one of Ben Kingsley's best performances of his career. I think it also won Best Picture for as well too, which well deserving. It was a very, very good movie. So at number 7, guys, is the movie Gandhi. Okay, at number 6 is the movie Blade Runner. Yeah, I know. People say, why is this not in the top 5? Sorry, guys. Blade Runner's at number 6. Get over it and stuff. It was directed by Ridley Scott. We all know Ridley Scott, iconic director. He's done so many great masterpieces. He did the movie, I think, Crimson Tide, I believe, as well, if I'm not mistaken. It also has Harrison Ford in the movie, who plays the Blade Runner. In the movie, you also have actors like Rutger Hauer as well in the movie. You might remember the movie Blind Fury, if you don't. That one, too. You have also Edward James Olmos. You probably remember movies like Stand and Deliver, which is a really good movie. Daryl Hannah, you probably remember her from movies like Splash as well. But yeah, Blade Runner is basically a science fiction kind of action noir kind of film, though. But this movie was really ahead of its time, though, guys. And the visual effects in the movie, the special effects in the movie, incredibly well done. The futuristicness of the flying cars that done and stuff like that, the design of the buildings. I mean, it's really well done. The movie it was really ahead of its time. Though. It was such a great, great movie. Harrison Ford is fantastic in the film. Great performance by Rutger Hauer. Some really good moments in the film. Of course, you know, when you see Harrison Ford when he interacts with Rutger Hauer at the end of the film. You know, and the iconic scene in the film. Of course, we all know it. If you've never seen the movie, a little bit spoiler. Sorry for you guys, but yeah, it's a really, really well done film. It's a masterpiece. It has really stood the test of time. Now, I know it didn't do well when it first came out and stuff, but through time, though, people came to appreciate it more and more as they saw it. And I kind of see why it did and stuff. And I kind of came to appreciate it as well, too. But it's a really master-made film. Yeah. So Blade Runner is at number 6, guys. Okay, guys, at number 5 is the movie. You all know it very well. It's called Poltergeist. Now, Poltergeist is a great film. They made a trilogy off this movie. And, of course, they later on made a remake of the film, which, in my opinion, was not really that great. It didn't really pay homage to the original one, which most remakes never usually do. But Poltergeist, guys, it is a classic. It is basically about this family who basically goes into this house, and they find out this house is buried on an Indian graveyard. And basically this poltergeist comes out and basically starts haunting them and this little girl, who's played by Heather O'Rourke, rest in peace. Has a great cast. It has Craig T. Nelson, you remember from movies like True Beverly Hills, of course, The Devil's Advocate, Joel Beth Williams, you remember from movies like Stir Crazy, of course. The music was done by John Williams, great composer. You all remember him from Star Wars, of course. Love him. It was directed by Toby Hopper. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a really, really good movie, guys. It's scary, it's creepy, and who could forget the iconic line where they're here? That part in the movie just still trips me out when she looks in the TV and the TV's all fuzzy and like that, and then all of a sudden she said that line. It's just and it just has so many cool scenes in the movie. And then you see that, yeah, then the house starts falling apart and stuff like that stuff, and then the graveyard scene when the graveyard's coming out of the yard, and everything on the body, it was just it is really an incredible movie, guys. And you see the poltergeist coming down the stairwell. I mean, this movie just it's a masterpiece. It's creepy, it's scary, it's really entertaining, and the movie just keeps you engaged the entire time during the film, though. But it's so well done, though, guys. It's a classic. Let's be honest, it is still the test of time. Great movie. And number 5 is Poltergeist. At number 4, guys, is the movie 48 Hours. Now, 48 Hours is a classic movie. I love this film. The great buddy kind of cop, kind of criminal movie. Love it. It was with Nick Nolte in the film as well, who plays the character Jack Cage, of course. And then you have the hilarious, the incredible Eddie Murphy. What an icon actor. We all know him. We remember him who was like Golden Child, Coming to America, Beverly Hills Cop. The list goes on. Everybody. Eddie Murphy was really at the top of this game, guys, in the 80s. And you can see why he is. And stuff. And him and Nick Nolte, what a great chemistry these two had together in the movie, though. You know, Nick Nolte played Jack Cage, this rough, tough, ragtag cop, you know, who basically doesn't like criminal, basically, that stuff. He doesn't really like Eddie Murphy, but he needs Eddie Murphy's help to basically catch these criminals who basically killed his partner. And, of course, the main criminal, of course, is James Remar, of course, in the film. Great actor. You probably remember him from movies like Quite Cool. You also remember him from the Django as well. Was in that movie. Yes, he was in that movie too. It was directed by Walter Hill. This is a great movie. It has so many great iconic scenes in the film. I love the scene in the movie when they're in the cowboy bar and Eddie Murphy's wearing the cowboy hat. There's a new sheriff in town. Oh, and who can forget the iconic scene, the iconic song of the movie, The Boys Are Back in Town. What a great song. It also has Brian James in the film too as well. You remember him from the movie The Blade Runner as well too, and you also remember from the movie like Tango Cash as well. This, guys, it is a great movie. The movie was also composed by the incredible James Horner. Rest in peace. We miss you. He did movies like Bicentennial Man, of course, which was another great movie as well. Yeah, guys, I love this movie. If you love action, you love adventure, you love buddy cop movies, this one right here, this was a time period for buddy cop movies, and this movie really simplified that all together. Great movie, guys. At number 4 is 48 Hours. At number 3, guys, is a movie called Officer and Gentleman. It was directed by Taylor Hackford. It has an all-star cast in this movie. We have Richard Gere in the film. You remember movies like Pretty Woman, No Mercy. You got Deborah Winger in the film. Great actress. Remember movies like Urban Cowboy, Terms of Endearment. You have Lucius Gossett Jr. in the movie. You remember him from Iron Eagle, who won Best Supporting Actor for this movie as well. David Caruso, who played the show CSI Miami. You also remember movies like Jade, Kiss of Death as well. You have David Keith in the movie as well too. Another good actor played a movie like Heartbreak Hotel, Major League 2 as well, Firestarter. This is a really good movie. This movie is basically about a love story and basically a guy who's conflicted about himself, though. This whole movie, though, it's really a beautifully made film. If you like military movies, if you like love stories, you know, and how it all comes together and the struggles that they go through in this movie, you know, it's just a really good movie. It has a really great song in it, Somewhere Up Where They Belong, which was sung by Joe Cocker. Rest in peace. It also won Best Song for that movie as well. Well deserving. This is a great movie, guys. Such an icon film. It's really stood the test of time too as well. And you kind of see why it has, though, you know. And personally, I used to be in the military, though, and stuff. I was always kind of partial to the Navy, of course, but unfortunately I wasn't in the Navy. Sorry about that. I was in the Army. Don't shoot me. Yeah, but really, it's a great movie, guys. I love it. Great love story. It's really well made, really well acted. Great cast as well. So yeah, that's my number 3, and Officer and Gentleman, guys. Okay, at number 2 is the sci-fi horror classic called The Thing. Yes, The Thing is a great movie. It was directed by John Carpenter. Music was composed by Ennio Morricone. You know him as well. Has actor Kurt Russell in the film, of course. We all know Kurt Russell. Played movies like Overboard, man, Big Trouble in Little China, Escape from New York. I mean, who doesn't love Kurt Russell? I love Kurt Russell. Definitely one of my favorite actors as well in the movie. As well, we also have Wilford Brimley. You probably remember Wilford Brimley. You remember from movies like Cocoon, which was another great movie as well. Yeah, and then we have T.K. Carter. You probably remember from the show Saved by the Bell. This movie, guys, is a sci-fi horror classic. I love this movie. It just has so many great elements in the film. It's filmed in the Antarctic, which is really cool. And basically, they find that this alien ship buried under the ice, and basically these weird kind of like alien like creatures basically take over people's bodies and stuff like that stuff, and they take them over, and you can't tell who's human, who's not human. It's kind of like a mixture between Invasion of Body Snatchers and kind of like Aliens a little bit and stuff. But it's a really really good movie. I love this movie. This movie has stood the test of time. It's a great performance by Kurt Russell as usual. Just a really good casting as well too. And you know, it's got a lot of cool elements in the film though. Who can forget the scene with the dog? It's like that's going like, you know, little alien crawling around with his legs and stuff like that. Oh, this movie is so creepy, man, but it's so good. I love this movie. It's definitely one of my favorites. So, and John Carpenter, once again, he outdid himself again in this movie, and I can see why he did, because this movie just is phenomenal. You know, and that's my number 2 is The Thing. And before we get to our number 1 movie, we're gonna do some honorable mentions for the year. They did not make the list, of course. One of them is the movie Tootsie. The other one is Sophie's Choice, and the other one is Tron. So those are my honorable mentions. They did not make the list. Sorry, guys. And at number 1, of course, is the classic. We all know it, E.T. Yes, E.T. This movie is, I love this movie, guys. This movie is just phenomenal. This is a great family adventure film where a little boy named Elliot, played by Henry Thomas, and the movie you probably remember from a movie like Legends of the Fall, Cloak and Dagger as well. He basically plays a little boy. He basically finds this alien, basically hiding in his shed in his house though, and he's basically called E.T. He's really funny, really cool alien. You know, he has like his little finger, like a finger like this. It's like a light, stuff like that, like a little glow thing, a little glow stick on his finger, which is cool. Like, be good, alien. Yeah. I love this movie though. It has a great cast as well. Have Drew Barrymore in the film as well. We all know Drew Barrymore played in so many movies as well. Firestarter, Poison Ivy. The list goes on and on with her. Let's go see Thomas Howell, of course, another actor. You probably see him in the new show, The Punisher, which is on Netflix as well. You have Erica Elkin. You probably remember her from Baywatch as well. And I personally got to meet her. God. I'm glad I got to meet her, guys. She's a beautiful, smart, intelligent woman. And I was glad to meet her. I was glad to get her autograph, too. And yeah, I really love this movie, guys. This is a great movie. Great family adventure. You know, there's so many iconic moments in the movie. Who can forget when that scene where they're all riding their bikes and the cops chasing them and then the bikes start floating and that stuff. And then you see the bike just go past the moon. That's just a great scene in the movie, guys. You know, and then when the alien's like, you know, drinking the beer and stuff like that stuff at the house, and then Elliot's in school and he feels it, he's like acting drunk and stuff like that stuff. This movie just delivers so many great moments in the film. It's sad. It's emotional. It's a family. It's an adventure. It just delivers on so many elements. This is a great movie. It was directed by Steven Spielberg. We all know Steven Spielberg, such an iconic director. The list goes on and on with him for movies, guys. The Color Purple, Jurassic Park, you know, Hook. Just a great director. I love him. This is a great movie by him. Another masterpiece by him. This movie has stood the test of time, and you can understand why it has. Also, music by John Williams, of course. John Williams, once again, we all know him from Star Wars. Masterfully done, guys. This is a great movie. It's a classic. I love it. For me, it's always stood the test of time. It's always had a big place in my heart, though, this movie, because it's so emotional. You know, you see this kid, you know, and basically meets this alien, you know, and they form this incredible bond of friendship, you know, like that. It's just so heartwarming. It's so heartfelt, you know, and it really captures the essence of what a great movie is, and this movie hits on that level. So that's my number 1. All right, now that's my list for the year 1982. Now tell me what movies you thought should have been on this list or not. Did I forget any movies that should have been on our list? You let me know. Like and subscribe if you like this video. Come on, guys, like and subscribe. Come on, you can do it. And I will check you guys later. Peace.